Let's go.
Welcome home to 42 Geek Street, your guide to the world of the geek for that little bit of geek in all of us. Hi, I'm Ren, and I've got Mike assisting me as usual on our show, 42 Geek Street.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. Now, we're talking to the girls from Buffy. Now, you may know them as the characters on the show, but actually they've got real names.
Yes. Amber Benson and Emma Caulfield. Mike actually, well, we all got to go down and see him, but Mike actually got to ask him questions, and it's a pretty cool interview, and I think we should go straight into it, and we'll have a chat about it afterwards.
Let's do it. Hey guys, Mike here, and I am here with Amber Benson and Emma Caulfield. Hello, how you going?
We're good.
Very well. We're very well, thank you. It's actually Amber Caulfield and
Emma Benson.
I think they're messing with me again. No, damn it.
It took me a second. I was like, what is my new last name? I don't know.
Emma Benson.
Emma Benson.
Yeah, I sound like a TV show cop. Like Olivia Benson. That's what I'm getting at.
That's
I'm like,
what, yeah,
why
you
do I
went
feel
to-
like I sound like a cop?
To SVU, didn't you?
SVU.
Buffy is, of course, people will know you the most from that, and they go crazy for it and everything. So,
It's like catnip.
yeah. So, how do you guys feel when you talk to the fans and everything? I mean, do you enjoy talking with them all and just getting to know them?
No.
We just...
No.
We talk.
Wait, what are we going to do? You gonna put them in glass?
Yeah.
Put them in a
Like a
box?
bank.
You're going to be in a box.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be behind the glass box with a little, like you know,
She's going to be passing out samples
like
of
a
DNA.
mailbox, like a mailbox size like slot, and then they just bring the token in, and I put my picture through.
This is us exercising our right to be sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to fight for that right, especially on social media. They never let you be sarcastic. They think I'm serious every time I make a joke.
I don't know how anyone can take what I just said seriously. I want to be here behind glass.
The
Like
Emma
I'm at a
Caulfield
zoo.
diorama.
I sometimes feel like I'm a bit at a petting zoo, though. It can be kind of petting zoo-ish.
Someone just put some change in, get some
Sometimes.
pellets,
or they,
and brings
yeah,
them to
or,
you.
you know, like they try to get like a reaction out of you. Sometimes by
Bang
saying
on the
something
glass.
really mean, like something to incite you.
No one
I don't
throwing
get
bananas or anything like
Oh,
that, though,
I
huh?
get that,
You
man.
do. I think it's
do.
because your character was kind of, she was dry and sarcastic, and so people are like, oh, I got to be tough with Emma. With me, they're just like, oh, she's so
But
sad
as a
in the doorway.
character, God,
I know, because you're very sensitive and delicate.
well, sensitive.
Now, as well as acting, I mean, you guys have done quite a bit when it comes to like comic books with more Buffy stuff there, and webcomic as well. So, well,
Yeah, you mean Controversy?
yes.
That's actually with IDW. It started out as a web, and then we
Then
both
it was,
did the same.
yeah, we
Yeah.
both have done stuff
And
for the same
we like
comic
it.
book.
We'll put that into a book.
Well, how did that come about with you guys anyway?
You want to go
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Oh, me? For me, it was, I started doing the Buffy comics with Christopher Golden, and they did very well, and they were a lot of fun. And then I did, like, some solo stuff with Ben Templesmith, who's an Aussie. Yeah, horror comic called Demon Father John's Pinwheel Blues, which is a weird title that I don't know where it came from. Somewhere in my head. But it was really violent, and there were, entrails and eyeballs and all kinds of good stuff. Yeah. I love horror. Horror. I like horrors. Horror.
Pronunciation is very important. I've learned that myself.
Yes.
The horror.
And then what happened with Controversy?
How did you come up with the name, by the way?
I thought I was in the car, and Prince Controversy came on the radio, and I had actually never heard it, and I love Prince. I was like, I can't believe I've never heard this song. It's awesome. And I was like, is he saying controversy? Because that's so, what a great play on words. That's so cool. And I know he's not. He's saying controversy, and So I just called out my old writing partner. I was like, okay, this is going to sound really weird, but I was thinking about doing this subversive comic about a cat and her band of friends when they get out at night and what they do, and make it like a political satire and feminist undertones, blah 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 blah. But I'm just gonna call it Contropussy because why not? Like, great.
Inspired by Prince.
Inspired by Prince.
The biggest feminist of all.
And then I don't know, we put it online, and then IDW liked it, and they bought it, and I put it into a book. Awesome. So I was like, I'm published. That's bitchin'.
Boom. Bring it in.
Bring it in.
Yeah, no, published is good. I'm going to get there. I've been talking about it for ages, and I'm working on it.
Do it.
Just
do it.
That's the hard part.
You've seen this, right?
Yes.
I'm inspired. I'm ready to go.
Oh my god.
That is insane.
So weird.
Oh, with you guys,
I'm sorry.
in all the roles that you guys have done, what would have been probably the hardest role or scene that would have been for you guys? Anyone can go first.
I'm trying to think.
The hardest?
Most difficult? The roughest and toughest?
Most random.
Most random. The musical was kind of hard to do on Buffy because, it went on and on and on. It was extended because it was supposed to be...
Are we talking in general or from Buffy specifically?
Oh, in general, yeah, anything.
I did have a seizure. That was really hard. I had to watch videos of people actually seizuring from like a seizure clinic.
Oh, wow.
When I was 14, a movie called King of the Hill that Steven Soderbergh directed. Yeah, whatevs. And I did spend hours on the floor seizing. That was difficult. Physically demanding.
Yeah. Even going through that stuff would be kind of hard to watch.
Yeah, it's a little intense.
I did a short film called Hollow, which I absolutely adore. It's it did very well in festivals, and it was super dark and creepy and just cool. And I had to stay in a pretty, consistently just dark place. I couldn't. I'm not normally like that, like a method actor or whatever. I will sort of just break it unless it's something really intense and the time in between takes is short. I'll keep it. I don't stay in that mode all day. I leave it when I go home. But that was something. It was 4 days, and it was 4 really dark days.
Yeah.
I just didn't leave it. I didn't want to leave it, and then it was just. I really genuinely felt hollow inside. It was very creepy. It took a while to shake off. I love that film. I love it. It's very cool. You should watch it. You can get it on iTunes, I think.
All right. Done. We'll check it out. All right. So we're going to start wrapping up, but what's coming up for you guys really quickly?
Are we going to wrap? Actually wrapping it up?
Yo, it's Amber here.
Emma's
This is
here.
the best.
Yeah.
We can't do...
Just say yo a lot.
Because we're...
Yo, MTV raps. No, sleep till Brooklyn.
Wow.
I went to Beastie Boys.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I audition a lot, and I'm hoping that one of them hires me soon, because what have we decided I was? 0 for how many?
You said 48.
48? Well, something like that, 0 for 48. But I have a feeling that maybe when I get home, I'll have lucky 49.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put in a good word for it. I don't know what we could do, but we can try.
20
Yeah.
off. Sorry.
I knew it. It's if I said 69, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go there.
I write a series of books for Penguin called The Witches of Echo Park, and the second one called The Last Dreamkeeper is coming out in January. That is what I'm doing.
She's a wicked good writer.
Aw, thanks, lady.
Well, check them out, guys, because these guys are awesome. So thank you very much for taking the time to spend with us.
Thank
and
Thank you. All of you.
We'll get back to the studio.
Back
Thanks,
to
guys.
you, Frank.
Now, that was a pretty cool interview. I really enjoyed it. I had fun when we were there. They, when we walked in the room, they were very relaxed, and I was like, huh? and then eventually they're sitting there having their coffees. What I mean by relaxed, had Emma Caulfield just laying across the bed, just sort of laying back with her coffee, and we're just walking and going, what? Are we interviewing
Well,
celebrities?
look, we are talking Melbourne coffee, so I think they were blown away by the fantasticness
and we walk
of Melbourne
in
coffee.
and we talk for ages, and then we're like, hey, we better start the interview.
Well, I think we were there Oh no, we went there last one for the day at that point.
The second last, I think.
But no, so they were great, and they were just more than happy to chat and had good fun. So I think that came across in the interview too.
Yeah, and a lot came out of that. Like I felt, and researching about them as well. During that interview, Emma Caulfield mentioned a short movie she made called Hollow.
Yep.
Colin and I watched it just the other night, and it only goes for 9 minutes on YouTube, and yeah, it's dark.
It's still too much horror for me to watch.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, it was a bit on edge, but it had a really interesting message. It actually had a message in the end. And then of course Amber Benson, she's been so busy. Like she made a movie Chance or something like Chance ages ago, and that was pretty cool. I've only watched half of that because it's actually a proper movie, and she did the whole thing, directing and all that. She even did an audio book with Will Wheaton. She's writing books now. They're all very talented. And even though they're really talented and they're celebrities, it's amazing how Emma mentioned that she's got 49-0 or 48-0 with auditions. You know, even if you've made it, you got to keep going. And you know, she's a star. But it's just waiting for that right time. So you always got to keep pushing. Things don't just happen. You've got to work at it.
That's right. I mean, look, there was another 41 Geek Streets before this one. We finally got here. 41, yeah. Yeah, that's right. We started with Geek Street. We had 2 Geek Street.
And what saved us? You'll find out after the break with Bay Whatcha Nath.
Mood Dice for you at home. The dice that tells you what mood you're in. Whether you're feeling cool or if you're feeling hot. The dice, get it in stores while it's hot for sale. Get it before it goes cold.
Ah, hello there. At X Club for Geeks, we'll show you what and what equals that.
Hey Mike, I know we've got our spam that's ham in a can, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling it tonight. Not with this. It's missing something.
It's just not classy.
That's classy. That's ham in a glass.
That's glam.
Favorite TV show?
The Flash. The Flash is very good.
The TV show, not the act.
TV show, yes.
Right, excellent. Why The Flash?
Very good. Very true to the comics. A lot of fun. I recommend it. First season is done. Get it. Love it. Watch it. It's good.
And what about TV shows?
TV shows, Friends was my all-time favourite. Still watch it now.
Yes.
Yes, and I still think it's funny.
Yeah. Who's your favourite character?
Chandler.
Chandler. He's a bit
Because he
funny.
reminds me of my son a lot.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the presence of celebrity status here too. This is Mike's mum, by the way. Is Mike a good boy?
He's a wonderful boy.
Yes.
Lovely and cuddly, pats on the back,
Yeah.
and similar food taste to me.
Oh, similar food taste to you. Right, okay. And cuddly. He's cuddly. There you go. Favourite TV show or TV show that you're watching at the moment?
Young Justice.
The cartoon?
Yeah.
What a great cartoon that is. Have you watched it all yet?
No, they just keep rerunning the same episode. It's really annoying.
Come on, get your act together, guys. Play the whole series. It's fantastic. Who's your favourite character in it?
Artemis.
Artemis. Yeah, she is pretty cool. Artemis with the bows and the arrows. Is that why?
Probably.
Yeah. Or is it the attitude?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Awesome.
Once again, that was Bay Whatcha Nath protecting us all on the streets of Melbourne. But next up, we have Lauren with FZ. Now, checking out another collection, so let's jump straight into it.
Hey everyone, I'm here with FC to talk about collecting epic loots. Thanks for joining us, FC.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell us just a little bit about your collection?
I've been collecting for about 7 years, on and off. I've been a comic book collector for maybe 15 years before that. And ever since they started releasing, statues of my favorite comic book heroes, I just knew I had to get them, and I've been collecting ever since. And I love art, I love movies, so kind of plays into everything that I like. So that's when I started.
Yeah, I can see that. So why did you start collecting?
Why did I start collecting? Mainly because I just like having that reminder of my favorite heroes, or whenever I feel like decorating my place with my childhood memories and stuff that I love.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah, it's pretty good to be surrounded by all the characters you love growing up. Yeah. So how did you go about finding everything for your collection?
Mainly through eBay, Gumtree, online websites. Sometimes I pre-order them. I mean, obviously, if they've not been released, I pre-order them. But if it's something older, then I just go to scour the interwebs and just look for them. Facebook as well. And sometimes, more often than not, when you say you're looking for something there, your chances of someone telling you, hey, I have this piece to sell, it's higher. Because I find that quite a number of the pieces that I own were through just posting up stuff like, hey, I'm looking for this. Does anyone have it to sell it to me? And surprisingly, I get good deals from that. So I would say if you were looking for something, post it out on Facebook or Gumtree. Just say, hey, I'm looking for this. And you never know what you'll find.
Have you faced any particular challenges trying to find anything?
I would say if you're a collector in Australia, it's really tough just because shipping is really, really expensive, and a lot of collectors are from overseas and they don't want to spend money or they don't want to take the risk to ship something overseas just because it might break and stuff like that. So being an Australian collector is kind of tough, but sometimes it pays off because there are collectors here, and they'll just sell it to you for much cheaper because they don't want to ship it overseas as well. So you never know.
Yeah. Have you faced any other challenges in terms of space, money, any surprises?
I would say mainly space. I think a lot of collectors would know that space, not just for your statues and your collection, but also the boxes. You gotta keep the boxes. It's really important. Once you don't have the box, that's it. You want to sell it, even if you want to sell it for much lesser, it's going to be tough just because it's going to be hard to post it to someone else.
Yeah.
And I would say basically mainly space. And
Yeah, definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, FC. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Lauren. FC actually contacted the show and asked and let us know he had a collection. So thanks for doing that and letting us come into your place and check it out.
It's great to see these collections out there, and we don't know what's out there unless you let us know.
And we're going to go to a break now, and after that, I get to interview Mira Furlan. That's classy. That's ham in a glass.
That's glam. Car suction. With the power of science, if you need to get into a car without it slowing down, car suction. Car suction. When you gotta get into your friend's car without it slowing down, car suction is the way. Classy. Suction with class. Glam. Ah, hello there. Here at X Club for Geeks, we like to show you the U, the Y, the 1, the 2, the 3. At X Club for Geeks, we'll show you how it all adds together. Oh, wow. Doesn't this look classy? Glam.
Welcome back. Now we get to have me interviewing Mira Furlan Now, I was a big fan of Babylon 5, so I was quite excited when I found out we got to interview her. And I was probably a little nervous, and you get to watch me do that right now. Hi guys, I'm here with Mira Furlan. You're from Babylon 5 Ambassador...
Ambassador Dylan.
Dylan. Oh, I keep saying Dylan. It's Dylan.
Not Dylan.
Dylan. Now, I'd like to ask, you originally came from what used to be Yugoslavia and used to win all these awards, all the theatre plays, everything like that. And then you've come into the USA. What was it like to then try and break into the industry again?
Well, it was a very dramatic experience. It was a hard thing to leave your country and to leave your career and to start a different life, to start from zero. But we did it somehow. It worked out. And Babylon 5 played a big role in that.
And how were you able to get that role? Was it hard to get that role? Or?
I don't know. It just happened, you know. I don't know. Everything's hard, but then sometimes something happens. You just have to say thank you, you know.
With the role you played, what similarities do you find between yourself and the character?
Well, I think every actor, you know, deals with himself. I mean, there's nothing that we have except us, ourselves. So you kind of put it to use for the character that you're playing, and you just understand which elements in the character correspond to your own life and to your own feelings and so on, and then somehow this strange combination of you and what's written emerges, and that's what you.
And did you feel? I think I read somewhere that the way the show went was a bit like your experiences.
I mean, Joe Straczynski, the author, very closely observed the situation with the war in my country while we were filming, and he kind of incorporated it in the story, which was ingenious in many ways. And apart from that, he always observed us, the actors, you know, how we talk, how we behave on the set privately, and then somehow it all made its way into the writing.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a book you currently got working on at the moment?
I am, and I'm trying to finish it and publish it, and that's my project. Yeah.
Can you tell me what that's about? Sort of what, and when it
It's
might come out, you think roughly?
Biographical book. You know, it's just all those stories that weigh on you and that you have to.
From the start, when you're in Yugoslavia and then come over here.
Yeah.
That'll be very interesting to read.
I think so. I think that people could be interested in that.
Cool. If people in the future are going to look for that, what's the best way they can try and look for that? Is there a certain publisher or someone they should look for?
I don't know that yet, but I'm sure that it's going to.
They can just maybe follow you on tweet or something.
Yeah. I have a Twitter.
I'll put that up on here so anyone can follow. And anything else on the horizon coming up?
Anything else? I have a project in Europe that I can't really talk about right now, and I have a play that I want to do, and so there are things.
Yeah, could you
and
go back
I
to
just finished a movie called Space Command. It's actually it's a science fiction movie, and we just wrapped it up. 2 weeks ago. It's a series of movies, and the character that I play goes through all these movies. I mean, most of the movies. It's conceived and directed and written by Mark Zicree, a science fiction writer who wrote for Star Trek and Sliders and all kinds of shows. And this is his project. That's his, you know, he's the author.
Do you know when that could roughly come up? Because it usually takes a while for post-production.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, now it's in post-production, you know. But we're gonna continue shooting these movies.
Okay, yeah.
You'll see.
We'll keep our eyes open for it.
Yes.
Yeah, and hopefully the play goes well in Europe, because I know sometimes you like to go back to Europe and do a few plays.
Yeah, I like that.
Because in America they don't seem to have as many.
I just, you know, I don't know. You know, for many years, it was very hard to go back because of all the bad experiences that I had. But you know, it's very important for me to keep that connection. And there are some wonderful people that I want to work with, and some of them are my friends. And you know, it's kind of like trying to understand the continuity in your life, you know, because it's all so disruptive in my life. And then, you know, I from time to time, I don't know where I am, who I am, and why, you know. So I have to revisit my past, so to say, and my language. And what the thing that made me in order to kind of understand what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, appreciate, like, you've gone through a lot. You've come from there and you've come over here. You've worked really hard. You've done so many plays, so many, movies, so many series. So it's pretty hard effort. So you've done really well. So thank you.
Thank you. It doesn't seem that way to me, but thank you very much for telling me that.
Cool. Well, we'll look forward to reading the book and seeing the show.
You.
And thank you for being on our show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Right, back to the studio.
Good work, Ren, on that interview. Very well done.
Thank you very much. And it wasn't an easy interview because poor Mira, she came from America, and what she tried to do is not go to bed. She wanted to change her clock, so she didn't sleep. And we were the last interview of hers for the day. So when she walked up, the poor thing, she was just like, "Oh, hi, how are you? You look great. Yeah, how are you guys?" And I'm just like, "Oh my God, I'm so bad asking her questions." But, you know, we got talking, and as you can see towards the end of the interview, we started just backing away, and yeah, it was good.
And thankfully, we didn't have to get a stick and prod her from the side to keep her going. So
and just me.
Now, giveaways. We know you guys love these giveaways, so our next one up for this week, we have the Melbourne Comics Quarterly. Now, this is a collection of all kinds of stories that are currently going through the whole Melbourne scene, or Australia scene, really. So you've got stuff like That Bulletproof Kid. I may have had something to do with that at some point. Killaroo, Falling Star, Pokey the Rabbit. So if you want a chance to win this, and we're talking issues 1 and 2, then get onto us. Get onto the Facebook page and have a look-see, and you could win this.
Facebook page, and don't forget, while you're there, check out our event for the Alchemist Refuge for the 28th of August, so we can hang out and hopefully not creep you out.
Yes, and we invite you all to wear pants. So, we'll see you then. But from now, we're going to say goodbye.
Bye.
This one?
Yeah, please.
You're on this one.
That one, okay. So I should look at that one. All right, good.
We'll look at this one.
You're on both.
Yeah, we'll just look.
You look at that
People want to see you more, so that works well.
Just like
yeah,
try to
actually, you look at that one and I'll look at this one. It's just very
split them.
Don't look at you. Oh, so you've seen our show.